Alrighty, it's time for pre-gym. Pre-gym Dragon Age. I mean, why not? Why not? Get it in me veins. Alright. This is the first time we've started a game where we've been in, you know, part of the world, right? Yeah. As in, you know, not in the party camp things. Weirdly. Yep. Something just flew into my hand there, and it was really off-putting considering we've got lots of cobwebs around here, but there we are. We've got lots of moths in the place. Right, Dead Trenches. The Fortress of Bunamar. Oh, sorry. I've forgotten to do my microphone there. The Fortress of Bunamar, once home to the mighty legion of the dead and abandoned to the Darkspawn with only great regret. There's lots of stuff here we're not going through, though, if you noticed. There's a golem area to the north. There's a horse thing in the south. A lot of Darkspawn. There's more over here. Kill them all.
you can get off my back.
There's even more over here, okay. Phew! That's a horde. That felt good. That felt good. Right, well done, boys. That felt good. Fucking... These Legion of the Damned dudes gonna be like, what the fuck? How the hell did you do that? Yo, boys, you can go across the bridge now. Yeah, they're all dead.
Well, Grey Warden, I'll give you credit for backbone. Dug a line through the spawn. Still no sense in your head, but you've got skill.
Tell me more about the Legion of the Dead.
We die in the eyes of our brothers so we can fight without fear. It offers redemption for the promise of the greatest sacrifice. That's all you need to know. To say more invites judgment, or worse, imitation.
Ever heard of the Anvil of the Void?
Like dusters, I've heard of respect. Never seen it. And if it exists, it wasn't meant for me. But if you're looking for paragons, you may as well look for the Anvil, and endless lyrium.
You should be more concerned about the coming blight, I suppose.
Why? The other kingdoms only care when the Darkspawn march in the light. But they are always here. Always pushing. Your nightmare is my everyday. Our resolve gives you a rest between blights. A surge on the surface would give us a break. When the time comes, I'll care for a good dwarven reason. Sod the rest.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Let us know if you find any paragons. You're as likely to find a dozen as one. And Warden, watch yourself. Drunks make poor allies.
Should we be looting these? Because
Got it.
I wouldn't mind if it was just money every time. So when you open shit up and you get like demonic Ica, okay, what do I need that for? Demonic Ica, like, you know. Sigh. Yeah, deep mushrooms. Don't need those either.
We've lost and taken the trenches so many times, even the memories can't track it.
I love the fact that it's the lads and Shale. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, boys. Yeah.
Now's better than later.
Guess we can't get over there just yet. Huh.
Darkspawn, kill them all. All right.
Demonic poison. Why would we want that? Step on that,
All right. I'll get on it.
Gloves of the Legion. Okay. Even more in here. Let's get rid lost you here by the way. What? Out of nowhere? Seriously? Sten, do what I'm fucking telling you to do! What the hell, dude? I'm literally saying, take your fucking potion, and he keeps swinging. Like, fuck all you. Fuck all you. Fuck all you. Fuck all you. Where's this twat? Where is he? Here he is. Fucking... Oh, man. Okay. Oh, that's happened, considering I've got resistance to all things that do shield bashy stuff, but it's fine. Yeah. Right, fuck this guy. Fuck off. Like that last one, I swear to God.
Close.
He like
I am wounded.
every one of
Even
our
the sten can be cut down.
every one of our idiots went down like really
The enemy
quick.
draws blood. I bear the scars of battle.
And then all of a sudden,
Draws close.
all of a sudden, Royce goes down, even though he's got like, you know, several units of health left. He goes down, and then all of a sudden, Sten's got half his health left nearly.
Now's better than
He
later.
goes down to a weapon that's not very good. And before he goes down, I'm like pressing the button for him to take his potion, you know, to keep him alive. He
Alright,
ignores that
alright.
and continues attacking. What are you doing? I think this is where you get to in games like this, though, is that what you do is that you've created a party, as you can see. A party is very powerful. You know, you create a party where you technically only die on technicalities that are very frustrating. And I think a lot of gamers like myself, we kind of, you know, we kind of paint ourselves into a corner. Do you know what I mean? Because we do all of this and then we create these amazing characters. We almost give the game no option but to bullshit us completely sometimes. You know what I mean? With the way that it does things. It's got no option. like it's literally got zero option left.
Got it.
I'm not impressed with Ogren though, just going down all the time and generally being a bit of a pansy.
Aye, friend.
Alright, we are across.
No end to these blasted things.
Fucking keeps doing that. He tries to keep position constantly. wonder people don't like Ogren that much. He's just terrible. He just goes down like a sack of shit every single time.
Following it around puts one in a lot of danger. Where'd they go? Is all that blood mine?
Okay.
First day they come and catch everyone.
Okay, so that's reminded me. So I'm gonna do a bit of talking now. Trigger warning. If you're this far on the episode, there is veiled aspects of sexual violence in this part of Dragon Age. Now, I am a big proponent of grimdark stories. I am a big proponent of stories pushing the bounds. Shut the fuck up, dog. I'm a big proponent of stories, essentially. You know what? I'm going to pause. It's that stupid dog doesn't bark anymore. I'm a big proponent of stories going off in adult directions if it maintains the story. What I will say with how Dragon Age deals with what we're about to hear about here is that they do it in a very Hitchcockian way, in that they never show you what's going on. They just tell you enough and let your imagination do the rest. And where your imagination inevitably goes is not a very nice place. I've said this quite often, in that I'm quite comfortable with certain aspects of the more edgier parts of Dragon Age Origins falling away as the games have gone on. The way that Darkspawn are made is one of those things. Essentially, if you want to know what they're hinting at here, what we're about to go on and see, is the Darkspawn drag men underground to eat them, but they drag women underground to also eat them, but also impregnate them and turn them into massive things called brood mothers. And as you may realize, that impregnation is not consensual, shall we say. They turn into these big ravenous monsters that then spawn thousands and thousands of Darkspawn, and yeah, mental. Not very nice at all. And that's what is heavily hinted at. They never outright tell you, but they essentially, you know, do it in the form of verse. And it's not great. It's not great. And it's one of those aspects of Dragon Age that I'm quite happy to see go off into the sunset and never be seen again. Other parts of how grimdark the setting is, again, I support wholeheartedly. How edgy the Qunari are, for instance. The rampant racism and that's in the game, and racial tensions and things like that, right? All of these really dark themes that are in Dragon Age Origins, I don't mind. There are only a few territories where I think it goes a bit too far, and this is kind of one of those times. I don't think there's ever a need for sexual violence in fiction. I've very rarely seen it where it works. The one place I've seen it where it works is probably Berserk. And it happens several times to different people, right? Men and women. And And the way it's written is very good, and it does kind of work in the story. But in terms of most others, I very rarely see it done well, to the point that if you are a fantasy writer and you're tempted to go in this kind of edgy direction when it comes to sexual violence, I would advise you don't do it. I would advise you stay as far away from it as humanly possible, because the chances of you getting it right are very, very, very low. And even if you do, you may turn some people off to your setting that maybe like everything else that you've done. You know what I mean? I've known people who love grim, dark fantasy stories, but they don't like, when they see this kind of thing, it feels gross. It feels voyeuristic. It feels like you're getting off on it. Do you know what I mean? Be very careful with how you approach these things in fiction. I stay away from it. I define myself as a pretty good writer, right? I've written things that have been published, and people like what I've written, and it's fine, it's good. But what I even stay away from shit like this, and I write grim dark settings all of the time, and grim dark stories all of the time, and I stay far away from this as I can. Everything else on the table, no problem. Mental health, war, racism, everything's on the table. Just I will, if there is things like sexual violence in my setting or in my game, I will allude to it being there, and I will move swiftly on. And that's generally what I do. But Dragon Age didn't do that, and they did it in quite a tasteful way. But it's still, they didn't have to. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't add. If you took this out of the story, nothing would really change. I do think that the down here would be a lot less horrific, and this part of the story does crawl underneath your skin. You go, oh, right? It's not a nice thing to think about. So it does what it says on the tin there, but there is a. I do kind of think they could have done other things and not had to do this. I admire the way that they've done it. I think if you're going to have it in your story, it is a way to do it. But also, if it wasn't there, I wouldn't be that bothered either way. I think it would be just fine. The other part of the Dragon Age where they go a bit too far, which we're not going to see because we're not in the city elf origin, but there is a dead female elf on the floor. 2 guardsmen are looking at her, and one of the guardsmen says, "Ugh, I hate it when they muck up the face, elves are quite pretty." And then the other one says, "What do you care? She's still warm." Yeah, they do go a bit too far on occasion. That doesn't need to be in the game, that's just tasteless. And this isn't quite tasteless, but it also, I'd be okay if it wasn't in the game, what we're about to see, alright? It's also nowhere near as bad as what I made it out, but I need to be upfront with,
Second day, they beat us and eat some from meat. 5th day they return, and it's another girl's turn. 6th day, her screams we hear in our dreams. 7th day, she grew as in her mouth they spew. 8th day, we hated as she is violated. 9th day, she grins and devours her kin. Now she does feast as she's become the beast. 1st day, they come and catch everyone. 2nd day, they beat us and eat some from meat. 3rd day, the men are all gnawed on again. 4th day, we wait and fear for our fate. 5th day, they return, and it's another girl's turn. 6th day, her screams we hear in our dreams. 7th day, she grew as in her mouth they spew. 8th day, we hated as she is violated. 9th day, she grins and devours her kin. Now she does feast as she's become the beast. 1st day, they... What is this? A human? Bland and unlikely. Feeding time brings only kin and clan. I am cruel to myself. You are a dream of strangers' faces and open doors.
Examine her closely. She appears to be suffering from a high fever, her skin is pale and she is covered in dark blotches.
First day they come and catch everyone.
What is that chant?
It's what I've seen. What I will become. I force it into verse so it is fantasy. Unreal. That's the only place I can hide. Because they make me. They make me eat. And then, all I could do was wish Laren went first. I wished it upon her so that I would be spared. But I had to watch. I had to see the change. How do you endure that? How did Branka endure?
What change? What are they doing?
What they are allowed to do. What they think they must. And Branka, her lover, and I could not turn her. Forgive her. But no, she cannot be forgiven. Not for what she did. Not for what she has become.
What does she do?
I will not speak of her, of what she did, of what we have become. I will not turn. I will not become what I have seen. Not Laren, not Branka.
What happened here? Branka has to explain this. She has to.
So, again, they leave enough wiggle room here so you can maybe say that sexual abuse isn't happening, because she says, oh, I'm made to eat my kin here, and if I do that, then I'll turn into one of these broodmother things, you know, and but still, they do say that they're violated and things like that, and, you know, in her mouth they spew, you know, all these other things. It's pretty obvious what's going on. If you want to know what I think's going on, they make the women eat the darkspawn flesh, and then they take them away and, you know, violate them, impregnate them, and eventually they become brood mothers. They become darkspawn, and yeah, that's what I think's going on underneath the surface. I'm not one of these YouTubers who won't tell you. I respect you guys. It's dark. It's fucking dark. I'm not gonna, and it's too dark. It goes a bit too far, at least for me.
She became obsessed. That is the word, but it is not strong enough. Blessed stone, there was nothing left in her but the Anvil.
I like how these monsters have sandals on. It's quite funny.
We tried to escape, but they found us. They took us all. Turned us.
Bunamar. I thought it would have fallen into dust by now.
Ooh. whack some of this up, so we'll have... Nah, no point in doing that. Let's just do that.
The men, they kill. They're merciful. But the women, they want to touch, to mold, to change until you are filled with them.
So yeah, it's pretty obvious what's going on when she starts saying things like that.
They took Laren. They made her eat the others, our friends. She tore off her husband's face and drank his blood. And while she ate, she grew. She swelled and turned gray, and she smelled like them. They remade her in their image. Then she made more of them. Brood mother.
Okay. Kill it. Do I not get to? Okay. Guess I don't get to play. Great, thank you, game. Awesome. Fucking hell. Honest to fucking God, this fucking game sometimes. Where the fuck's Sten? Oh, right, he's in the grip again. Oh, yeah, here we go again. Right, okay. Right, yeah. Another attack we don't get to. We don't get to you know, reject these. These are just, you know. I know Sten's back up, apparently. He's allowed to get back up. Okay. Fucking stupid ass fucking game, I swear to God sometimes. Right. Okay, I'm gonna say this right now, okay? The one thing that Dragon Age Origins fucking fails at is large enemies. Large enemies. They can't work out a way to make them challenging without, one, having some bullshit attack that you can't stop unless you have a shield bash or something like that around. And if you don't have that, fuck you, you're not getting out of it, your character's dead. And number two, these pushback attacks that all they do is prolong the fight. Like, the fights, You know what I mean? That isn't a mechanical in and out battle between you and them. Do you know what I mean? It's literally no. We're fighting for a bit longer. I know I'm gonna die anyway, but we're fighting for a bit longer because I say we are, and I'm gonna knock you back now. Later Dragon Ages don't do that. Like, especially Inquisition. Inquisition kind of hit the combat nail on the head. Do you know what I mean? That's if Dragon Age Origins combat was like Inquisition and had Inquisition graphics, it'd be the best game ever made. Do you know what I mean? I freely admit combat is not the best in Dragon Age Origins, but it's taken me this long to make that point. Simply because it's such a good game. But look at it, see, like what? Why did it do that? Just. It's prolonging the fucking fight again. Here we go again with more bullshit. Fucking hell. Have you noticed how it always goes for the main character's character as well with these bullshit attacks? Like it always goes for them. Here we go again with all of this nonsense, man. Just fucking... I'm this close to just restarting the fight because I'm just not finding it very fun at all. You know, I really am not finding it fun at all. Just constant knockback attack. Oh no, you're not allowed to touch me. You're not allowed to hurt me. Look, see? You're not allowed to do damage to her. I swear to fucking God, man. The game's a fucking joke at times with this. God, that's over.
Let's end this. Time to be crushed.
What a shit fight.
I will crush its head. And start
What a shit fight.
That's where they come
do something
from.
about it.
That's why they hate us. That's why they need us. That's why they take us. That's why they feed us. But the true abomination is not that it occurred, but that it was allowed. Branka, my love. The stone has punished me, dream friend. I am dying of something worse than death. Betrayal.
Okay. So yeah, again, I think I made my point there pretty clear. Like, I'm not... I just don't like it. Like there are certain aspects of the game that I'm fine with when it comes to combat, and you cutting through enemies fine, but then you get to certain ones, and it's almost like they've got this protection over them. Like it's the developer's favorite. You're not allowed to touch that. You know, just fuck off. Seriously. Sorry, but yeah, that was a terrible fight. At least with the dragon, you know, it's a dragon. It's beating its wings, it's knocking you back, right? You're having fun fighting it. That was just constant interruption, constantly. And then couple that with the bane of this game, it really is. The larger enemies, when they go, I've grabbed you now. Do you have shield bash in your party? No. Do you have a freeze attack in your party? No. Then you're dead. Right. Okay. Brilliant. Is there any negotiation? No. Can I heal myself frantically to try and survive it? No. Great. Well, I guess we'll just... you know. That's when we're getting towards... You know how I feel about Dark Souls? That's when we're getting towards the bullshit difficulty of... That's not difficulty. That's irritation. You're irritating the player. That's not difficulty. That's not difficult. Difficult is something that I can actually avoid. Do you know what I mean? But I haven't avoided it, so now I'm going to get the punishment because I haven't avoided it. My skill wasn't good enough. And that's difficulty. That's what you find in Sekiro. That's what you find in... Which is the best From Software game, in my opinion. That's what you find in Ghost of Tsushima. At higher difficulty levels. All of those games have... You know, you made a mistake, now you get punished for it. They don't do... You're getting punished. Why? I decide that you're getting punished. Because that makes for difficulty. No, it's not difficulty. It's cheating. And it's just not my kind of thing. Yeah. Okay, where the fuck do we get out of here, man? Alright, there we go. Anvil of the Void, the ancient smithy of Caradin, the dwarven paragon renowned for creating the lost art of making golems. If
Branka is anywhere, this has to be it. She will not be unprepared.
What was that?
Let me be blunt with you. After all this time, my tolerance for social graces is fairly limited. That doesn't bother you, I hope.
Well, shave my back and call me an elf. Branka, by the stone! I barely recognized you.
Ogren. It figures you'd eventually find your way here. Hopefully you can find your way back more easily. And how shall I address you? Hired sword of the latest lordling to come looking for me? Or just the only one who didn't mind Ogren's ale breath?
Be respectful, woman. You're talking to a Grey Warden.
Ah, so an important errand boy, then. I suppose something serious has happened. Is Enrin dead? That seems most likely. He was on the old and wheezy side.
Orzammar needs a new king to defend against the Blight.
A king won't defeat a blight. We've had 40 generations of kings, and lost everything. I don't care if the Assembly puts a drunken monkey on the throne. Because our protector, our great invention, the thing that once made our armies the envy of the world, is lost to the very darkspawn it should be fighting. The Anvil of the Void. The means by which the ancients forged their army of golems and held off the first archdemon ever to rise. It's here, so close I can taste it.
Balin would change things, move Orzammar forward.
1,000 Balins could die and history wouldn't notice. I'm looking for the one thing that will return our days of glory. The Anvil lies on the other side of a gauntlet of traps designed by Caradin himself. My people and I have given body and soul to unlocking its secrets. This is what's important. This has lasting meaning. If I succeed, the Dwarven people benefit. Kings, politics, all that is transitory. I've given up everything and would sacrifice anything to get the Anvil of the Void.
Does that include Hespith and the others of your house?
Enough questions. If you wish me to get involved with this imbecilic election, I must first have the Anvil. There's only one way out, Warden. Forward. Through Caradin's maze, and out to where the Anvil waits.
What has this place done to you? I remember marrying a girl you could talk to for 1 minute and see her brilliance.
I am your paragon.
Didn't seem like the nicest person.
sent them in. They were all mine, pledged to be my house, and they didn't want to help. They tried to leave me, even my Hespeth. But even she couldn't understand that when you reach for greatness, there are sacrifices, as many sacrifices as are needed.
No end to these blasted things.
She'd do whatever it took to find the Anvil. There was no other choice. Most of them were dying of the taint already. But some of the women were transforming. I knew what they would become. There would be an endless supply, fresh dark spawn to test the traps. They could still serve me, let me find the Anvil. It was the only way.
Okay, I came into this kind of thinking I'm excited with Bronca. But the more she talks, the more I'm like, nah, man, you are way far gone. Oh shit. That's better.
I'll get on it.
Ogren, you're so bad, dude. How many times has he nearly gone? Down goes Ogren again.
At your service.
Uh-oh. Okay, let's kill this one.
Anything else?
Not bad.
Whew. Are we going this way? Yes, we are.
My name is Carradine. Once, longer ago than I care to think, I was a paragon to the dwarves of Orzammar.
Carradine?
The Paragon Smith? Alive?
Ah, there is a voice I recognize. Shale of the House of Kadash. Step forward.
You know my name. Is it you that forged me then? Is it you that gave me my name?
Have you forgotten then? Ah, it has been so long. I made you into the golem you are now, Shale. But before that you were a dwarf, just as I was. The finest warrior to serve King Valtor, and the only woman to volunteer.
The only woman? A dwarf?
I laid you on the anvil of the void, here in this very room, and put you into the form you now possess.
The Anvil of the Void. That is what we seek.
If you seek the anvil, then you must care about my story, or be doomed to relive it.
You made the anvil, I take it.
Though I made many things in my time, I rose to fame and earned my status based on a single item. The Anvil of the Void. It allowed me to forge a man of steel or stone, as flexible and clever as any soldier. As an army, they were invincible, but I told no one the cost. No mere smith, however skilled, has the power to create life. To make my golems live, I had to take their lives from elsewhere.
A dire shortcut, was it worth it?
So said my king. I had only intended to use volunteers, but he was not satisfied, and soon a river of blood flowed out of this place. Finally, it was too much. I refused, and so Valtor had me put on the anvil next.
So you sealed it away, but Orzammar could use it.
No! I entombed myself here to find a way to destroy the anvil. It must not be used again!
No! The anvil is mine! No one will take it from me!
Shale, you fought to destroy the anvil once. Do not allow it to fall into unthinking hands again!
You speak of things I do not remember. You say we fought. Did you use our control rods to command us to do so?
I destroyed the rods. Perhaps my apprentices eventually learned to replace the rods. I do not know. But if so, then all they need is the anvil to make all the slaves they need. You, please, help me destroy the anvil. Do not let it enslave more souls than it already has.
He's kind of right with his number 3. Why should I let your guild inconvenience me? Yeah.
Your people on the surface believe that some magics are never worth the price of their use. Can you not see this is one of them?
Why are you listening? We had an agreement. I'm the one you came here to find, not him.
Bronca, you mad, bleeding nugtail! Does this thing mean so much to you that you can't even see what you've lost to get it?
Look around. Is this what our empire should look like? A crumbling tunnel filled with darkspawn spume? The anvil will let us take back our glory!
What do I do? Again, we've gone over one of the weakest parts of Dragon Age Origins, but now we've come to one of the best bits. Like, what do I do? Both sides are right. Both sides are right. You know? The golems could help take back the Dwarven Empire, and it could make them strong again. But also, you know, it's a terrible tool that does terrible things to people. I mean, do we trust Balin with it, is the thing? I'm not sure what to do here. What do I do? So I think I'm gonna go and destroy it. Mainly because Carradine can give me what I want anyway. But I don't know that yet. He hasn't said it. He hasn't said he could help me out with the election. So if he's not said that, Royce wouldn't know. I'm leaning towards helping Branka because Carradine didn't say that he'd help us win the election and get what we need. Hmm. I honestly don't know. It does look like Carradine's wearing jeans. That's quite funny. But I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know what to do. I wish we had a live chat so I could just ask you. It enslaves living souls. But when they were using volunteers, it was alright. But now it's living souls. I don't think I've ever sided with Branka, you know, in this decision, like ever. Do you know what? For what she's done to get here, I know Grey Wardens are like any cost. Do you know what I mean? Oh, again, yeah, with the Grey Warden way of doing things. Yeah, you're right. It's too powerful not to keep.
The dwarf woman has madness for her excuse. What's yours? Let us be done with this.
Doesn't the Qun force others into service?
The Qun is a path one follows, not a chain that binds.
You're right. No, you're right. He's right. And this is so good for Royce as well, because him and Sten are like buddies, like a mentor partnership. He's like saying, no, 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 no. We shouldn't do this. And yeah, he's right. Then I'll destroy it. Yeah, it will forge no more souls.
So it fights with Carradine? Good. That seems right.
Thank you, stranger. Your compassion shames me.
No, you will not take it. Not while I still live.
Can solve that problem.
Branka, don't throw your life away for this.
She's not the Bronca you know. Stand aside.
Just give her the blasted thing. She's confused. Maybe once she calms down, we can talk to her.
It's not a risk I'm willing to take.
Bah! You're not the only master smith here, Carradine. Golems, obey me! Attack!
A control rod! My friend! You must help me! I cannot stop her alone!
I love the way he turned around. Oh.
Something is coming.
Got her. I really like that Sten pulled him back from the brink there. That was really cool. I think Royce is about to make a very bad decision. But quite understandable, but bad. You know, naughty decision. Because he is a Grey Warden and he'll do anything what it takes to win, but Sten's like his guiding compass. He's like, no, this is morally right. You do this. It's honourable, right? And yeah, I really like that. It's cool.
Another life lost because of my invention. I wish no mention of it had made it into history.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Stupid woman. Always knew the Anvil would kill her.
How is it that the woman was not able to disable me as she did you, Caradon?
I do not know. Have you been altered?
I once had a pathetic little mage of a master. He did something to me, experimented on me, and then I killed him, and it rendered me paralyzed.
Perhaps he was bringing forth old memories, and caused you to remember the time when you fought at my side. The paralysis you speak of always resulted when the Master perished. As for your free will, you were always a strong woman, Shell. I am pleased to see you remain such.
I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Do not thank me. All of this is my doing, my legacy. But at least it ends here. I thank you for standing with me, stranger. The Anvil waits there for you to shatter it. Is there any boon I can grant you for your aid? A final favor before I am freed from my burden?
I need a Paragon support to settle an election.
For the aid you've given me, I shall put hammer to steel one last time, and give you a crown for the king of your choice. There, it is done. Give it to whom you will. I do not wish to hear their names, nor anything more of them. I have already lived far beyond my time. I have no place here.
It's unfortunate the Anvil can't be salvaged.
Aye, that was my great pride, and soon enough, my shame.
But where will you go? You don't mean to...
I do. I live to ensure that the Anvil was never used again. Now it never shall be. We all must have an end, Shell. May yours be one of your own choosing. You have my eternal thanks, stranger. A trust in all Tunshire. May you always find your way in the dark.
The end of him, I guess. I was always afraid at this bit that you'd have to go down, you know, back through the entire thing, but I don't think you do.
Well, that pretty much beat the sod out of how I imagined it. You ready to head back yet and share the news?
Let's go, why a new king will still be of use to me.
Yeah, those Deshirs have been trying to destroy the city for years. Haven't managed yet.
Lords of the Assembly, I call for order. This argument gets us nowhere.
Then why these delaying tactics? I call for a vote right now. My father has one living child to assume the Idukan throne. Who would deny him that?
Your father made me swear on his deathbed you would not succeed him.
I apologize for the interruption, Lord Steward, but the Grey Warden has returned.
Well, Warden, what news do you bring?
I bring a crown forged by Caradin on the Anvil of the Void.
Caradin was trapped in the body of a golem. This warden granted him the mercy he sought, releasing him and destroying the Anvil of the Void. Before he died, Caradin forged a crown for Orzamar's next king, chosen by the ancestors themselves.
This crown is of Paragon make, and bears House Ortan's ancient seal. Tell us, Warden, whom did Caradin choose?
I mean, I could say that, yeah, I could lie. It would make things more stable if I say that Caradin did it. Do you know what I mean? Rather than me. No, you wish me to give it to whomever I choose.
We've argued in these chambers for too long. The will of the Paragon is that the Grey Warden decide.
Let's give it to Balin.
At last, this farce is ended, and I can take my rightful place on my father's throne.
Let the memories find you worthy. First amidst the lords of the houses, the King of Orzammar.
Do you acknowledge me as king?
I cannot defy a paragon. The throne is yours, King Balin.
Then as my first act as king, I call for this man's execution. Guards, seize him!
I don't care about what happens here, because, you know, whatever. I mean, I do as a person, but Royce doesn't. He wants his troops. I did what you wanted, and where are my troops?
I will return to my palace to gather my generals, and prepare our forces for the surface. I will see you there, Warden. You have my gratitude for all you have done for me. You have proven yourself and more, Warden. Without your aid, I would not have taken this throne so smoothly or so soon.
Congratulations, bravo, and where are my troops?
My generals are already preparing for a mission to the surface. When you have need of us, you shall have every able-bodied dwarf in Orzammar. Since you did more than I expected, I offer a personal reward as well. This was a mall favored by my brother Trian. Take it with you, as a reminder of your ties to Orzammar. Now, I have much to do. If there is nothing else...
I want my face in one of those big statues.
I'll see what I can do. Now, I must address my other petitioners. Come back and visit sometime.
Oh, that'd be nice. Getting a statue.
So, I was thinking, we've come to know each other fairly well during our time in the Deep Roads. You're bloody fearsome for a human. And I'm a warrior without a house to defend. Wandering about killing Darkspawn with a sodding Grey Warden sounds like just the thing to keep me occupied. So what do you say?
Thought that was going to be a proposal of marriage then. I thought dwarves hated voyaging to the surface.
Yeah, more than that. It'll cost me my house to take a trip like this. But I don't have a bleeding house to begin with, so who cares? I'm better off up there with you than down here where the sodding children laugh at me.
Alright.
And glad I am to hear it. You won't regret it. Now, do any of these sad sacks following you around know the first thing about making ale? Never mind. You can stop with the glaring. I'll ask him myself.
The throne restored and legends put to rest. Incredible. If I'd heard it secondhand, I'd have called it a sodding lie. Warden, we've got a king because of you. The rest, impressive, but the Legion is grateful most for restored leadership. It frees us to fight to the Darkspawn properly.
Can I count on your aid for the Blight?
Nay, our place is down here. When you break the Blight, and you've got the skill, we'll make sure they have nowhere to retreat. You'll have us indirectly. That's more than any surfacer can say.
We need you topside. Show the world your skill.
You alone have the skill to back up your words. Each of the Legion owes our homeland a death, but if our lives are better shed on the surface, so be it. Back to Orzammar when we win, though. I'll not stay topside to lose my stone sense.
I guess they can go up and down whenever they want.
Balin has corrupted the war. End this for Harrowmont.
And another one eats dust.
Oh, I can level up. Hurrah! Get some more constitution. I've noticed we're lagging a little bit there.
I started to worry. I didn't know if you were ever coming back. Did you find any records? Any sign of the old Orton Tig?
Yeah, the record's right here.
You found them? Let me see. That's my great-grandmother's name. And her husband! Oh, great ancestors, it's them! It's me! I am an Orton. Oh, thank you. I have to take these to the Assembly right away. Find me there. Once these are acknowledged, I'll give you any reward.
Christ, alright. I mean... You serious? Like, I've got to do...
Now is better than later.
I seriously thought she would just be like, yeah, you know, here's your reward.
Right.
My name's Orta. after the old Orton house. They gave our seat back. And the records show which houses still owe House Orton money. One day, I will be able to properly thank you for all you've done for me. And I don't know what treasure is left, but whatever I get, you can have as much as you want. I'll have to find someone willing to look. Maybe a whole expedition. If the Tig is still there, it must have something. House Orton will not forget this kindness. Didn't that sound official?
There we go. Out to the Diamond Quarter and then back to the... We're handing in one more quest. And then we're...
News of the hour. Lord Balin victorious. Lord Harrowmont arrested and ridiculed in the streets.
I would not have voted for Balin, but I trust my mother's judgment. He may be just what Orzammar needs in these modern times.
Alrighty.
The warden is...
You've returned. With all the excitement over the new king, I never expected you to remember my poor son. Did you learn anything about my ruck?
I found his remains. He died heroically long ago.
Oh, my poor boy. I guess I knew, but I just wish I could have seen him one last time. Here, this is my husband's masterwork, the first shield he smithed. I don't have anyone to save it for anymore. I'd like you to have it, for what you risked to bring me this news.
I mean, there was no point in telling her the truth. What you gonna do? Do you know what I mean? Like...
What are you looking at, stranger?
I met your daughter.
I have no daughter. Could be you met a castless whore claiming she was once mine.
If you don't take Zelinda back, she'll die.
What? You think she'd die just to keep that thing? She knows what she has to do to come home. I never wanted her gone. Just the little cur. Can't she see she'd have a better life if she got rid of it?
Could you pretend your child never existed? Women are crazy like that, but what can you do?
I've been trying. It's not as easy as I thought. Look, just tell her... We never meant to hurt her. It just seemed best that... Oh, just tell her to come home. Her mother and I are waiting for her.
You're back. I thought you weren't coming. What did he say?
He wants you to come home.
Both of us? I don't believe he said that. I've never heard him refer to my son as anything but trash. He calls him it. But maybe Mother convinced him. Or you did. Oh, my friend. I cannot thank you enough. If this were a story, my son would grow to manhood and pledge himself as a knight in your service. When he grows up, I will send him to you. I promise.
I would just, like... I would have made Dragon Age Origins Awakening be, like... several years after this. So that lad finds you as, like, a squire. Like, hello. I'm a dwarf, but I'd like to be a Grey Warden, please. That'd be cool.
I do not understand what a golem is. Why would anyone create?
I haven't eaten in days.
How did one create a sword to strike at its enemies?
But you are no sword golem. You speak like a living creature, but act like a possession. I do not know what to make of you.
I am no possession. Not now that the control rod is broken.
No, it is still in your heart. Do you even realize this? Age by age have men stood up and said to the world, "From what has come before me I was forged, but I am new and greater than my forebears." And so each man walks the world in ruin, abandoned and untried, less than the whole of his being.
It is a riddle.
It seems so.
Give me a moment.
Is everything alright?
Of course everything's alright. Just give me one sodding moment. By the stone. I feel like I'm about to fall off the world with all that sky up there.
Is that strange to you?
Strange? Strange is your wife turning out to prefer the ladies, not living in a world without a bleeding ceiling. Well, let's get moving. We're losing, daylight.
Tell you what we can do
about this son of Merrick.
Before we forget. Head back to Redcliffe for a minute. In fact, we might want to change the party.
Pigeon crap.
Can I add somebody to my party now? No, apparently not.
Indeed.
Let's level you up. What? Oh, right, she got another one of them. Okay. That blight's now pretty much everywhere, Jesus.
Twisted creatures.
I'll get on it.
Our tribe fights for you, Warden.
Yeah, well, fight better next time. You lost all your people. What's wrong with you guys? Did Dwyn die in that battle when we were here? Probably not.
Better than later.
No.
Phew, some fight. Reminds me why I left Orzammar in the first place.
What do you intend to do now?
Rebuild. Same thing I intended to do before. Except this time, there's more humans left alive to help. First thing I'm gonna do is get some sleep. For about a week. Go celebrate or whatever it is you're gonna do. You won, right? You're a hero. Or something. Go celebrate or whatever you have to do.
I'm looking for a Canary sword you bought.
Now, why would you be interested in that?
It's mine.
You know, Farron didn't mention the giant he took it from was alive.
What will you give up? Why didn't you give up the sword and we'll go?
Excellent idea. It's in my strongbox. Here's the key. Now, why don't you leave me alone?
No.
Go celebrate or whatever you have to do.
I could use your help with the fights with the Darkspawn.
If I wanted to fight Darkspawn, I'd have stayed in Orzammar. No thanks.
Well, thanks for helping with the battle anyway.
Hey, anything for Redcliffe, right? Whatever. First thing I'm gonna do...
Got it. That'll be a nice way to end the episode, won't it? Giving Sten back his sword, I think. And there we are. Back at camp. Ready to make sure that Sten gets his reward. Where is it? Here it is.
Strange. I had almost forgotten it. Completion. Are you sure you are a Grey Warden? I think you must be an Ashkari to find a single lost blade in a country at war.
Now you have your sword. Well, what will you do now?
My sword is in my hand again. I should put it to use. And I could deliver a much more satisfying answer to the Arishok's question if the Blight were ended. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
Then lead the way.
Alright, that is our part of Dragon Age Origins done. We'll be back next time for... I think we're going to do another housekeeping session where we generally run around and do different things. And shopping and quests here and there. And then we'll talk to our companions. And then we're going to press on with the end game. That's going to be really cool. So I'll see you then. Have a good one. Bye now.